Time to talk business with Paul Harrison from Business in Vancouver. Good morning, Paul.
Morning, Sophie.
Talking about one of Vancouver's favorite topics besides the weather, real estate.
That's right.
And we've definitely seen some dips or some slowing, particularly in Vancouver's market, but across the country as well.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly. Certainly seen some slowing, but the message to homeowners is really don't panic.
So it's not the beginning of the end like the U.S.
No, I mean a new report out yesterday suggests that whilst the housing market will slow during 2013, there's no overwhelming crash predicted. The report from Scotiabank says that house prices will decline by around 5% over the next 2 years, but that they'll actually be buoyed by two main factors. They're pointing to steady immigration, particularly in big cities like Vancouver, which are very attractive to migrants, and the second main factor is the fact that baby boomers are not going to be leaving their homes in the kind of droves that we once feared.
Right.
They're wealthier, they're healthier, and they have no need to sell, to downsize, to finance their retirement. Perhaps they also have kids at home and they can't, who can't afford to move out either.
Right.
But the fact is that with immigration, pretty steady, and with the boomers not needing to retire, we're not going to see the sort of housing sell-off that we once feared. And yes, whilst prices are going to decline, in BC some predict that they'll actually bounce back somewhat in 2014. In fact,
Are those realtors?
Yes, partly,
okay.
But also, yes, the Canadian Real Estate Association predicts about a 10% increase in house sales during 2014. A sort of a more modest 1.1% increase in actual prices. But I think the kind of overwhelming message is from everyone is that we're not going to see the kind of crash that we saw in the US. In fact, quite the contrary, by and large.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm sure everyone will be watching it very closely.
No doubt.
All right. Thanks, Paul. You can get
Sophie.
more on the Business in Vancouver website. You'll find it at BIV.com, and we'll see you again in about an hour's time.
Sure.